Hello and welcome to the Fast Track course on International Global Management that we offer at the College of Business at NIU in DeKalb. Coming here from a sunny New Zealand, soon to you in a frosty Chicagoland, this course is intended to give you a fairly good grounding on the opportunities that firms and leaders have to work globally throughout the world with their business. Most of you are from foreign countries and cultures, at least compared to Chicago, so you're ending up with probably already a somewhat appreciative view of how much business there is outside your country and culture. There is a lot more business outside our own comfortable environment than there is within. So what we have here is an opportunity for organizations to expand greatly, not just to build their brain, but to also create value for the organization, to learn, to understand competitors, to understand business strategies, how they are executed differently in different countries, how they are customized to the cultures, norms, and realities of the world at large. This is a very quick course. We will spend less than 2 weeks effectively of walking through a fairly complex topic, so it requires a lot of your interaction as well to make this work out. We will talk about the foundations of international business and global trade. It will not have come as a surprise to you that there are people in the world who object to global trade, who believe that global trade is a curse, that it ultimately disadvantages some countries and cultures and some industries and ravishes them for the benefit of the larger, better equipped countries. A view that is not without merit, but it is, as a single view, quite unsustainable, because we know that countries that have a trade surplus, that trade actively in the world, are economically much better off and therefore have resources to spend on their citizens for infrastructure, for support and for growth. But we will talk about what some of the limitations are, what some of the sustainability and ethical issues are that relate to global trade. We will talk about a strategic plan for an organization that takes into account global opportunities. How do we learn that there is a need for certain products and services, probably adapted in a polycentric approach rather than saying what we do good here must be good elsewhere, the ethnocentric approach that many firms in the olden days, years ago, practiced and often failed with. We will then talk about the financial systems. How do we make money move throughout the world? How do we create value that then can be repatriated to us so that we can pay our bills? And that we have growth opportunities in the country that we come from for research and development, for growth, and for moving this company to a much bigger platform where it can excel globally. We will discuss logistics, the physical issues of a moving product, but also moving talent, understanding opportunities, making sure that we can travel the world seamlessly and do so in a cost-effective way. We'll talk about laws, a very important part of any sort of global expansion, because each country is naturally quite protective of its system of operations and therefore ends up with a scenario where we have probably a lot more hurdles to climb than we think. How do we do that? How does a person from France seamlessly operate in China? How does a person from New Zealand work in Europe? How do we get Americans to export more and therefore be a lot more successful in cleaning up a fairly poor imbalance of trade? We will talk about the cultural factors that apply to operating overseas. It is not just a product. It is not just a service. It is a relationship that we're after. Good companies that operate overseas have strong relationships with their partner companies, with their vendors, with their customers overseas. What does it take to be a relationship partner, to be recognized, appreciated, to be welcomed, to be hosted in a foreign country as if you were local? We know some firms that do very well. They are so immersed that the locals don't even know it's a foreign firm. We know some firms that the moment they arrive somewhere create a huge ruckus of discontent. And so there are different ways of approaching those issues. Let me walk you through what we're trying to do for assessments so that we have two objectives fulfilled. One is that we don't want to burden you with academic busybody work. We want to make sure that what we test you on is practically relevant, but also give you a chance to show your skills and therefore create a different level of confidence and competence in you. We will have this group supported on Facebook. That means we have a special group in which only you are members. And one of the assessments will be that in that Facebook group, we will have a lively discussion around issues that I will throw out, and that you then in a comment string in that group specifically for all of you can answer. That means you see the answers of other colleagues in the group, you can then comment on their contribution, and out of that we get this combustive dialogue of a hallway conversation where a topic is suddenly canvassed without much practice, but with your abilities, your knowledge to understand. We will have an analysis of an existing firm in which you tell me whether you believe that firm is globally competent and ready. And I would assume that you're going to come up with some suggestions that will tell us that the firm could improve its position. That's what normally happens. This is important because it gives us a chance to look at a current status quo and to then lift that firm in global performance into the future. We will then make sure that you, at the very end, have an ability to look at yourself as an organization that clearly, that's why you're in Chicago right now, is globally interested. You want global recognition. You want an NIU certificate of accomplishment with your MBA. You want to make sure that you are recognized as a global mover and shaker, and that is a very good platform to build a career. But where's your competition? Who do you ultimately have to impress? What skills will you need to develop over the next years to be truly heavy in your contribution and get a senior management job? So what we will do is look at you as an organization, and you will tell me what kind of improvement, what kind of plan you will want to embark on to be effective as a corporate leader with global abilities. This is a very fast-paced, exciting module. I think a lot of you will have a lot of contributions to make because you do have travel, work, global experience. You have diverse cultural backgrounds, and you will bring that all together, and we will as a group be quite successful in mining that for knowledge that we can use to develop your skills as global leaders. I look forward to seeing you soon, to working with you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.